Hello. This is the daily human design energy report for March 19th, 2023. So, yay! We are finally getting out of the solar plexus. So, we have been in the solar plexus for the past 12 days. There's been a lot of emotions flying out, a lot of learning how to express our emotions, right, and share them with others, having it all connected up into the throat. And so we are shifting. We are coming into the G center. And so the G center actually connecting down into our heart. And so looking at our direction, our drive, and connecting it into our value, our ego. And so gate 25, and quantum human design calls it spirit. And so for the next 6 days, our overall general challenge is to trust the divine order in all of your life, to learn to connect with source as a path of creating well-being in your life, to remember that your life serves an irreplaceable role in the cosmic plan, and to honor that role and to live from it, to trust source. And so energy of spirit, right? Really knowing that spirit, your soul is coming through you in that place, and it's going to attract where you need to go, right? Coming from the magnetic monopole in our G center. Now, the I Ching calls this energy innocence. Innocence, which we can see that, right? We're trusting it, we're opening it, open to receiving it. And so it's really looking at this in a very innocent way, this playful way, this exploratory way. And so this first line, this investigator line, is selflessness, the motiveless action, the universalization of activity, psychic attunement that is its own reward, the potential for centering through attunement to challenges, a tendency to publicize one's selflessness, the insecurity of self manifested in times of challenge. And so learning how in these times of challenge, in these obstacles, in these things that you might see as an obstacle, that you can overcome them, you can work through them, and not all the time do we need to have validation. Do we need to have somebody see it? Do we need to express that, right? To publicize it, right? We can just kind of do the good deed, right, without having to tell anybody about it. And so really learning how to drop that ego, right? This is connected to the ego. So can we do kind tasks? Can we do the things that are authentic, are in integrity, without having to tell everybody that that's what we're doing, right? Really learning to come from a place of who we are and leaning into who we are, and knowing that just by doing it is making that action, and we don't need anybody to validate us for that. And that's really that connection to that heart. So transmission. So coming from the throat, and really when we are looking at this selflessness, right? Doing these actions for not really reaping a reward, just authentically doing it, coming from a place of integrity. We are transmuting, we're shifting, we're bringing out that energy of just being, of doing the right thing, of kindness really does matter, of coming from a place of light. And when we just start doing these things and acting in, well, not acting, but just living, right? Just being in a way of where it's so nonchalantly, because it should be so nonchalant, that we are this selfless being of light, that we are this selfless person who is there to help somebody, to help them transmute their sadness into joy or into happiness. And we're here to transmute any of that pain into ease and peace, right? And so we don't need any recognition in order to do that. And just sometimes sitting and holding space is all we need to do, and we don't need to feel like we should be rewarded for that. And so we get the tattoo fairy. Which is all about our labels, right? Really looking at the labels of even what, like, kindness, and what these acts are, and where do we need to have that kind of validation, right? Even coming from all these different acts. And so this tattoo fairy, talking about our labels and thinking outside the box and not really putting anybody in a label. Maybe there's times that you've wanted to reach out to somebody or to do something with somebody or offer them help or assistance, and because of a box you might have put them in has caused you to stop and maybe not do that extension. And so Be careful of labeling others or yourself. Too often we assume. And so that's the biggest thing, making these assumptions. We don't give them the benefit of the doubt or the chance to show us who they really are. It's a very unfair to place a label on someone just because they may look different. Allow yourself to be seen beyond the appearances so that you can see what truly is. When we label ourselves or others, we are putting limiting possibilities in our way. We limit our ways of expression by cramming ourselves into a mold. Be open to all that you are and can be. Allow others to so with the same respect. Welcome the diversity of those around you. Creative expression is a very personal thing. Each being has a very way of being. Beware of going along with the crowd or for the latest fads. Find out who you really are and be that person. You are good enough. This card also speaks of symbols. Look for the symbols in your life and how they manifest. What are they trying to tell you? Is there a symbol that has great meaning to you? And so really seeing this as it's coming from our G center, going down into our heart and really asking us to step into our authenticity, stepping into who we truly are and not labeling ourselves, not putting ourselves in this box. And by us living in that authentic way, it's going to allow that respect for others to do the same. It's going to allow them to also have that freedom and that that feeling of openness, of being welcomed to be who they truly are, that unconditionality, that love, right? That kindness that's going to be there. And we can always ask for clarity, right? Clarity coming in. If we are feeling any of these judgments, or we're feeling like we need to put a label or put a box, or we want to transmute something, we don't really know how, are we putting these assumptions on, right? The best way to get rid of the assumptions is to ask the questions, right? Ask the questions, ask for clarity, ask how you can help somebody, ask how you can be of service to somebody. Or maybe it is just sitting there and allowing them to have that space so that when they feel comfortable and ready, that they can ask you for help. And so coming from that place of non-judgment, coming from that place of acceptance, and really learning how we can hold that space, how we can transmute and come from this place of not labeling, not ourselves and not others. Let's start to release that. But I'm really excited for this energy. I know that a couple people who have reached out to me, it has been an intense past couple days, and I have definitely been feeling this. And so really leaning into who we are and how we can help others be who they are by just us showing up as we are. If you want to reach out to me, you can comment down below. You can also send me an email, Christine@essentialstrong.com. Please subscribe to the channel, like these videos down below, share them with your friends, your family. Let's all start living a life in alignment. Sending you all so much love.